Oh, okay, you're not. I was like, I keep refreshing Twitch and
Now I should be live.
Dado's live.
We should just end the stream then.
No
Just end the stream and go over to
podcast.
Dado, huh?
Yeah, no podcast. We're just gonna.
We're just gonna watch Dado
Co-host.
today, guys. Sorry, no podcasting and discussing about the Destiny content vault or non-fall expansions or anything like that. No.
We can probably. I mean, we can talk about the melee thing. I guess,
What melee thing?
but in the topics. But I just saw that kind of like on Reddit because I was like, kind of like, what other topics? Because I didn't know like how like juicy TWAB was gonna be. But since TWAB's kind of juicy, we can kind of eliminate a topic if you want, unless you want to talk about.
Yeah, that's just like a common complaint that we've had for years.
So, but I mean, it is. You're not wrong, but I was like, we'll throw it in. We can kind of discuss it because it is kind of like annoying. But like,
TWAB is going to be
TWAB
super long today. So.
Yeah, since TWAB is kind of, I wasn't expecting TWAB to be like
fucking
a zillion words.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Greetings, Guardians, and welcome to the Voices of the Vanguard. Today I have with me Sully from Sully Games. Say hello, Sully.
Hello, Guardians.
And I'm your host, Kane, from Kane Plays Stuff, and today we'll be talking about some of our suggestions for Solstice and what they can do next year to change things up. Our favorite
more EAZ.
What'd you say?
I said more EAZ.
Oh yeah. And then also, what are our favorite DLC / season is in Destiny? This is not the fall expansion stuff, but rather stuff like Season of Undying or Season of Dawn, Drifter, yeah, all that stuff. So, or what was it called?
House of Wolves.
Yeah,
House of Wolves.
All that
Dark
good
Below.
Stuff. Yep. And then what else? And then we have our question of the week. So, to begin things off, Sully, what have you been doing in the world of Destiny?
I've just been grinding out my armor. So I have my Hunter and my Titan are done. And my Warlock is legendary, so I kind of want to get that done, so then when I do play trials, I don't have to worry about doing trials multiple times. Slowly kind of getting back in the raids. Been raiding a little bit more. I don't know if I hit max power. Did I hit max power before last episode on the podcast?
I don't know. I don't know when you hit max power.
But anyways, my Titan's max pinnacle now, so I don't remember if that happened before last week's episode or not. So, but yeah, other than that, just working on armor. Gonna try to get maybe Saturday, maybe do a Grandmaster, or Sunday night, one of the two when I get, depending on how my internet connection is at the hotel. So.
Yeah, I've been I got all my armor done over the from basically the weekend, last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I really haven't had a whole lot to do in Destiny, so I decided to try out for the solo dungeon for Prophecy.
Wait, you're playing other things in Destiny?
Yeah, I started playing Remnant.
Gosh, we lost you, Kane.
Remnant's really fun, man. I can hear myself
good
on your end now, so that's fun.
On my end?
Yes. You need to figure out your audio. But anyways, yeah, I've started looking into soloing the Prophecy dungeon, and it's really tough, man. It's very tough. The best I've ever done was as a hunter and basically just being invis for like 90% of the time. But I made it up to the boss as a hunter, but then I stopped with breaks in between. But as like a Titan, it's been very difficult to do.
You can't go invis.
Yeah,
It's a big one.
For the most part, I think the closest I've gotten was getting him down
Unless you
way
use Rat
past
King.
health. That's the thing. So I wanted to use Rat King for for the whole dungeon, but my skills aren't up to par at the moment, and so I figured I
Get all
should
the
learn to
skills.
walk before I run. And so I've been just
No.
yes, I've been like testing things
Just
out.
dive
And
in,
just
Kane.
yes.
Big
um,
ass pond, just dive in. Don't know how to swim, just do it. Just dive.
yeah. I will say this though, Wither Horde plus Fallen Guillotine does serious
Mhm.
damage. It
Oh, I'm
does
sure.
nutty damage. Like I can almost one phase the first boss in Prophecy. Gotten
Okay.
very close. But yeah, I still haven't beaten that dungeon solo yet. I'll be doing a bunch
I
of
need to attempt that, actually.
yeah. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of that stuff off stream, just so like I'm not streaming and like getting stuck at the same place for like 2 hours.
Yeah. But sometimes that's like the fun.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that's not fun for people to watch. For me, because I'm just frustrated.
But I mean, sometimes that's why like people like want to watch because they see somebody being so frustrated.
I guess,
Sometimes,
but
not always.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, do you? Like, I'm not.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm not a very fun person to watch when I'm frustrated. So
I never get frustrated, so.
if that's not true, let me know so I know what you want to see. But
I mean, it was pretty fun watching you stream Superman 64.
see, but that's torture.
Okay. That is true.
That's
I
fun.
mean,
That's fun.
You
Frustration.
you weren't worthy to play that amazing video game, okay? So, yes, that was torture
Okay.
for us anyways, cuz we weren't even worthy enough to even like watch that game. But
I will be putting up
we got to
the.
break the rules
I
every now
will
and
be
then.
putting up the VODs of that though on my YouTube. So.
I need to start doing that.
But yeah, that's mostly what I've been up to. That's about it. So I guess
Beautiful.
we'll talk about the solstice grind. So for next year, what would you like to see for solstice?
Not EAZ.
What? No. No.
Or at least some type of like revamp of like EAZ, like
EAZ's been very bad. It's.
yeah.
I didn't like it last year. I still don't like it this year.
Last year was just kind of like for me. Like, like something new, like it wasn't great and but like I could live with it. Getting it back to back years is rough. And this is I'm huge in horde modes. I always bought all the Call of Duties just literally for like zombies and stuff like that.
That's the thing. This
So
isn't really a horde mode.
no, but like it has like kind of those concepts of like a horde kind of because like you're just basically killing.
Gambit is
I
more
mean,
of
I
a
guess
horde mode than this.
I would say Infinite Forest is probably more of a horde mode, or at least for
The
like
haunted
Festival
forest.
of the
Yeah.
Lost.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, man, they need to revamp that. Like, I'm cool like if it being like just super simple and stuff, but like I literally just the last few times, I mean, the people I probably spawned in with like got really upset with me because I literally just went in there and just got my orbs and I just pieced out. The one time I got really lucky and I spawned in by myself. So I was like, this is awesome. I'm gonna get my orbs and I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. So
We have a few
but
people from the clan that loaded in. They're like gonna try out Solstice, realize it's just the same shit as last year, and bounced.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's how not fun EAZ is. Is like
yeah.
no one like people that were hardcore Destiny players don't want to do it.
Um, I feel like the armor grind is fine. I hope they keep the times 2 and the times 3 for next year.
Yeah, I didn't mind like the armor grinds for like doing like public events and adventures and stuff. But the
Yeah.
adventures were bugged out a bit. Like there was an instance where you couldn't do adventures anymore, so you had to wait, or just load in with someone
Yeah.
that had adventures.
Yeah, I remember Aldrin talking about that. Was
Um,
you guys bummed off to him?
yeah, we bummed off of Aldrin because he doesn't do his adventures, which turned out well for us.
Yeah.
And what else? 10 Gambit matches is a bit much, even for people that like Gambit. Um,
Especially for like the times 1 when you have to do 10. Like what the times 3 when you just have to do like literally like 4 Gambit matches. Like that was fine, but yeah, like the 10 Gambit matches was a little rough that first time around. Um, what was the other one that was kind of like I don't know if there was maybe another maybe like
the
just
one
like the
that I
2000
had,
orbs or something like
the
that.
one that I had problems with personally was just killing guardians with a certain elemental weapon.
Oh,
Because I had
you
to
like
sit through
PvP,
fucking
so
Crucible, so
yeah,
they had
yeah,
momentum
that wouldn't even
control, so I was
bother
using
me.
like laser weapons, and I can't stand playing momentum control at the moment because that's all that people are doing are just beam rifles. So you die in a second and you
Oh,
can't do anything.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, it's a bit rough these days. The thing about EAZ with so people want to grind out different sets of gear for like stats, right?
Mm-hmm. Since the armor will be usable for a year, kind of, except it's not gonna have like the season 4 mod slot, which could hurt it. But maybe they change that too. Who knows? With
So
Gambit.
the problem here though is that the EAZ, not every chest gives you a solstice package. Also,
Mm-hmm.
you need to run around and grab all the chests, which is fun in concept, but it's tedious in practice.
Yeah.
They should have just made it so that the chests appear in front of you, or you just get your loot.
So, yeah, we kind of talked about that on the last week's podcast. Yeah, I hate the whole hide and seek concept for the. I didn't even like it last year.
Same.
And definitely don't like it this year whatsoever. I probably won't be grinding for stats on my armor.
I won't be.
Yeah, like once I have my thing, I will say probably the one thing they do need to fix is with the Charles wins to be able to make it masterwork. You need to make it 7 Charles wins or something else in Crucible. Like if they want to have a Crucible concept, because like not a lot of people like playing Trials. I mean, other than Kane. Kane loves Trials, but
So yeah, actually, something I forgot
he's
to
mad.
mention. This past week, I played way more Trials than I thought I would.
Yeah, because you're a god.
So Friday, we played Trials. I think it was me, Lance, and Ninja, or maybe it was Aldrin. I think it was Aldrin and Ninja. And anyways, I basically had like a breakdown. Like I just like, so like I have depression, so sometimes that gets triggered by things, and I just thought to myself, I'm letting my whole team down. I shouldn't be doing this. I should just kill myself. So I stopped playing Trials. And then I think me, Toby, and Lance, we were just like hanging out, waiting for a raid to start. And Lance is like, "Hey, let's play some Trials. Let's see if we get some wins." I'm like, "Okay, fine." We loaded in, and it was Saturday, like evening, like 6 o'clock or something here, and we were just like shitting on people. It was crazy.
Yeah, was that when you were doing like mountaintop shotguns or something
Yeah,
like
we were
that?
just running mountaintop shotguns, and I think it's just because more people are now playing Trials than before because they want their glow. Uh,
Of course.
so
It is
like
what the
Trials
glow.
is actually fun. It's a fun game mode when there's normal people playing it and not just cheaters and tryhards. So there needs to be more of an incentive for regular people to go into Trials because it's actually fun. There isn't an incentive there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see on how Trials evolves with time. Because I mean, there's a lot of potential there. I mean, Trials not to get like super off topic from our topic. But I mean, Trials for a while kind of kept D1 alive. I would be interested to see on how it would be if Destiny 2 wasn't on PC. If Trials would be successful, but since it's Destiny's on PC, it just kind of gets talked about for how much hacking is in Trials, and I don't know how much the console community deals with that.
They need to
be
put an
honest.
emphasis on making it so that it's worth it for regular people to play.
Yeah.
Because when I was playing with like Lance and Toby, we like maybe we encountered one or two cheaters, but most of it was regular people, and it's not like I was winning every single game. Like I only won 3 games on a card, but that was the most like wins I've had in a very long time, and I've never had a 3-win card before, so it was really exciting.
Hopefully that kind of, because I know adept weapons are coming, so hopefully we kind of get like both to this scale to be like a fix to like matchmaking, to where like you only get, I don't know if you want to do card based, if you want to do skill based, connection based, whatever, until a certain point, and then after like you get your 3 wins to when you can get your whatever your reward is that week is when it goes card based matchmaking to make things a little bit more sweatier, to then make getting those adept weapons harder. Because I mean, like once the adept weapons come out, people are gonna like want to grind for those, like the hardcore PvP people.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that's my rant on Trials. Is like
It's a lot of fun.
Bungie needs to make it so that
Play Trials more.
there's a reason for people to play Trials, because it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't know when I'm gonna play some. I need to play some here soon.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything more to say about Solstice, or are we moving on?
I mean, not really, because like the armor, I think the armor grind's fine.
I think the armor
It
looks
just-
pretty cool. They do have a problem with apparently like either the glows aren't glowing bright enough, or the advertisement they have is incorrect for the how bright they glow.
Yeah. I would have liked to see them. This would have been a really good time for them to go back to year 1 of Solstice, when you got to like replay like some of those old missions, but they were kind of like different. Since like so much of that content's going away, like it would have been cool to have been like go and replay like the very first mission of D2, and it be kind of like more challenging, a little bit more different. Same thing with like maybe like a certain mission from Red War, certain missions from like Curse of Osiris, War Mine, and even though it's not really going away, but like Forsaken, like I don't know, just something a little bit like not EAZ.
Yeah.
I would have been cool with.
Yeah. Yeah, if they wanted to do EAZ, they could have dressed it up a little bit. Like I don't know, put a beach ball in there somewhere that you could take around to different places and have a bigger ball spawn. I don't know, man. Something.
But then people would be worried about the ball and not killing the enemies.
I don't know. Just something in there that's different. That's all I'm saying. There's already people loading in there not caring about the enemies and just trying to get their
What they
orbs.
should have done.
Yes.
They should have gave us Vex Offensive.
All right, time to talk about your.
I would take Vex Offensive right now over EAZ. I ain't gonna lie. That's what they should have done.
All right, so it's
That's
time to
just-
talk about your favorite season of Undying. Vex Offensive, the greatest content in the history of Destiny.
Well, we can't talk about that one. That's off the list.
I don't even know where to go from here. But yeah, so our topic for today, or like our main topic rather, is what is our favorite DLC slash season in Destiny, excluding the fall expansions. I honestly don't put Shadowkeep with Season of Undying. And here's why. I think Shadowkeep was more of like a story driven thing, like the story missions with
It
it.
was.
Same with like the exotics that were tied with it. But Vex Offensive in Season of Undying was a separate thing from it.
It was, but like in terms of like, since there was so much new content mixed in with that season, like it kind of like cancels it because of like, yeah, you might have played like Season of Undying the most this year, but like you probably played Season of Undying the most this year because Shadowkeep dropped. You know.
I guess, I don't know.
But are you saying Season of Undying's your favorite season?
No, I'm saying that's your
slash
favorite
DLC?
season.
Oh.
No. So yeah. So since we're not including the fall expansions and stuff, because I'll say this.
This makes it tough. I'm not gonna lie. Without
Really?
the fall expansions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like Forsaken's my favorite expansion they've ever done.
Yeah, same.
And that's including like I wasn't like a live player or whatever when I was playing D1. I came to it well after the fact, but still, I think Forsaken did so much more than the Taken King stuff did.
Yeah, it did. There's a lot more content. The only thing, like, TTK had, it did have a really good campaign. Like, I'm not, like,
Oh yeah,
down on the
totally.
campaign.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Forsaken's campaign was much better than TTK's. Orcs was a great villain.
Yeah.
Dreadnought was a cool place, but I mean, so is, like, the Tangled Shore, and plus we got the Dreaming City.
Right.
Um,
And there's
and
just
it's not
so
like,
much in the Dreaming City. Like I haven't been to it in a while because I've already done all of it, but Aldrin hasn't.
mhm,
Same with Jay, and I've been like
yeah.
helping them here and there with some things with the Dreaming City. I'm just like, man, there's like all this stuff here that like I've done.
That's kind of how the Dreadnought was.
Yeah.
So.
And there's like secret pathways that only open up when you drink juice. Anyways, we're not talking about that.
But it's so much fun. It's such a good DLC.
It is. It's really good. I think mine might be Season of Opulence because it came with the Menagerie.
Really?
It came with the raid, Crown of Sorrow, your favorite Destiny 2 raid, other than Last Wish.
Yeah. It's Crown of Sorrow isn't like, it's one of the more enjoyable raids to run, especially like doing a Sherpa with that, just because like on how chaotic that is. Because like Last Wish, I mean, unless like you actually do like Riven like legit, but like Last Wish now like is pretty easy to be honest. Like there's still like, I mean, obviously like you're a new person, like Vault can be kind of a pain, but like you can just throw them on ad killing. But yeah, I really like still running Crown. And Menagerie is fun. I got burnt out on it, but
yeah, Day 1 Menagerie was pretty fun though.
mm-hmm.
Especially like when you're not up to level and you're doing the one where you have to capture the lanterns into that dark hallway and the thrall come running after you. That was a lot of fun. I remember in my old clan, I ran that first day with them, and we were all freaking out about it.
Is that the Hunted?
It might be the haunted. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was there? There's so many different encounters in there. Like you go back through the gauntlet, which is one of my favorite encounters from Leviathan.
Mm-hmm. That one never pops up for me, but that is a good encounter.
Yeah,
I always get like, it seems like the freaking crystals, and then I get like the two like on the outside for like where you start the first encounter for Crown. It seems like.
Yeah.
But
then yeah, there's different bosses for each one of them, and then also the heroic menageries, and also just using your chalice to get rolls for certain loot, specific loot. Yeah, like it's my favorite one out of the ones they've done. Um, I'll let you go with what you want.
So you're gonna go with what season of Opulence? It's a good one. I think that's probably it's either between Season of Arrivals or Season of Opulence. I think it's the two best non-fall expansion DLC slash season. Um, but for me, I'm gonna go with House of Wolves. There's like a few like different things that like kind of put this up there for me. One, I really enjoyed Prison of Elders. I think Skolas was like one of like the best like boss fights in D2 or not D2, D1 other than Crota or not Crota. Jeez, orcs. Cause like and it was so weird because at one point that was like the easiest encounter in the world when it was like solar burn and you would just literally go in there and do like a heavy glitch and you'd have like heavy bricks laying all over the place and you just go and just light them up with Gallahorn. And then the one week it was Arcburn and that thing was just brutal on Arcburn. Like, cause everything shot arc at you. Um the story was actually pretty good for being like a small DLC. Even though like I don't necessarily like played it a whole lot, but like just like how much of an impact like Trials of Osiris made with the Destiny community. Because like as I said earlier in today's podcast, like Trials of Osiris for a while kept D1 alive, like when content droughts were around, because like either one you would hop on and like watch like some of your favorite streamers do like trials carries and you try to get in there. If you're like really good at PvP, it would give you something to like do something with your buddies. Um and a few other things. Actually, House of Wolves actually was one of the main reasons why I started streaming too.
Really?
Yeah, that's when like cuz I didn't really like know Twitch. Like I knew of Twitch and Justin.tv, but like never really paid attention. But like I got really big into Destiny, and so like I watched like Dark Below. I'll watch like their reveal stream because like I would take like I think I was working weekends at that time, so like I'd always have like whatever that day off, or I'd work a half day and like be home and like watch the reveal. Well, House of Wolves, they did something different. It was when they brought on content creators. And that's when I was introduced to Gathalion and Broman.
Mm.
And that's I started like watching those two people like after that, which is really weird because Broman gets shit on for his House of Wolves live stream, but like I was like, dude, this guy is crazy. I freaking love him. And like he's completely different from like not completely different because he is very loud, but like he's a much better like content creator than people like gave him credit for after that live stream just because like on how he acted. But I was like then watching these two like and how much good they did like kind of actually gave me like motivation to like get into live streaming. Unfortunately at the time my internet wasn't very good, so I had to wait until I moved to kind of get my setup up and going. But like there's a bunch of different like things. It was like one of the main reasons why I wanted to get into content creating. Uh Prison of Elders, which I really hope we see come into D2 at some point from the Destiny Vault. Um, and just like the impact of what Trials of Osiris had in the game of Destiny, I think they did so much for such a small little DLC.
Nice. Yeah. I didn't play a whole lot of Prison of Elders because I just like at the time it was just me and my dad, and I was going back.
Yeah,
So like I didn't have a third person for Prison, and so we two manned it a couple times, and it was still pretty tough. And again, I wasn't a live player back then, so like I wasn't experiencing this in real time. Like I came to it after the fact. So most of
when you're like above power and stuff.
yeah,
So
and I was like going through most of the story and stuff. So
yeah, they did some like really cool stuff too back in D1. I wish they would kind of bring this back, but like they would do like before like Dark Below, they had like I think it might have been like a week or 2 weeks before the expansion would drop, and like Hive Knights would be out and about, and like you could like kill them and you could get chests. Same thing with like right before House of Wolves, there's like captains that came out, and like you could do stuff and you could get like stuff to kind of like help you just progress into like House of Wolves and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so when I came to like D2, I think my favorite D2 expansion was Rise of Iron was a fall expansion.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, never mind. So but yeah, fall like
that's why I said
yeah.
like this like topic is kind of tough, just because like yeah, obviously you're gonna think when it comes to like expansions, you're thinking TTK or Forsaken
Yeah. Those are the
or one
two.
and two.
Yeah, those are like 1 and 2, and they're intermingled with people.
And like you could almost like, and it's kind of tough because like you can't really compare uh Shadowkeep and Rise of Iron into those two, just because like even though they're both really good DLCs or expansions, my bad, um, they just didn't have the amount of content to compete against them.
No.
But that's also they were cheaper though.
Yeah.
So oops, my bad. Um, so that's why I was just like, man, it's gonna be really tough. And I didn't really want to put Rise of Iron and like Shadowkeep into that mix of season slash DLC, because like once again, those DLCs have less content than those, but they're also cheaper.
I think like the dark horse in this like conversation is the is Blacksmith.
Think so. See, I didn't really get to like enjoy Blacksmith until like after.
Season of the Forge. That's what.
Yeah.
Because I did it at the same. I did it at the time. Like it was the thing that kept me going. Like forges were super difficult to do in the beginning because it was above your power.
Yeah, I remember a lot.
I don't think it was even that high above power either. I think it was like maybe 5 or something. But at the time, like that was a lot. And so like they eased up on that restriction a little bit the day after. But then also like they had the like you can get Izanagi, like the sniper rifle was really good. Even if a lot of
Jotun.
Yeah, Jotun was great, like the Mega Man blaster.
Don't forget about Teraba.
That's not from Anarchy.
Oh yeah, it's Crown. Yeah, Anarchy.
Yeah, and it also came with a raid, and it's not like the most difficult raid. It's probably their easiest raid ever, but
It's just their shortest.
it's short, and I still like it. It's really fun. They have a sparrow
Yeah,
race
it's a fun
in the middle of it, which is like really unexpected and a lot of fun.
Well, there's that, and then like you kind of get to like your like the first encounter. Like I mean, the entire raid's like throughout like the last city or something like
Which
that.
is also like a unique place to be.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the setting for it was really good. So I mean, yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, Season of the Arrivals, I think potentially could be talked about that. It took a hit though when Beyond Light got delayed.
Yeah.
Because like everything is now so spaced out to where it's just kind of like we're gonna want this season to just be kind of like end.
We're really waiting just for the next
drops.
thing at this moment.
Yeah. So like if magically if like Beyond Light would have never been delayed, which like I'm happy they delayed it and they can polish that content for us. But yeah, if Beyond Light doesn't get delayed and it comes out September something, I don't remember. I mean, Season Rivals probably would have been a jam-packed season.
Oh yeah,
like because I mean it was every week. I mean it was strong, like constant, and it was just like, well now it's delayed. So like I don't know if things are technically like still like on schedule or if they kind of, gee, somebody is bumpy. or if things are like being pushed back, or if it's still like on schedule.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like Season of Arrivals is really good. It came with a new dungeon. A lot of people's
mhm.
favorite new dungeon. Even after
Yeah,
a few months.
and like you could almost say like Prison of Elders was a dungeon, like, but it just at that time they didn't like word it as a dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, but
which
the weakest ones they've ever had were Season of the Drifter and whatever the hell last season was. I don't remember the name of it. Dawn? Is it
Season
Dawn?
of the Worthy?
Worthy.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, because Dawn was pretty good.
Dawn was okay.
Like, because it had some good story missions with Saint.
Yeah. They did have that one fumble though with the Corridors of Time.
Yeah, but that would have easily been prevented if they just stopped putting exotics on the roadmap. I'm like we talked about this a while ago on the podcast. If Bastion isn't on the roadmap, like that is completely received different.
I will say though that if it was a better exotic or like a more interesting exotic, they probably would have been received better. Um, but the fact that
I mean,
it's not a great exotic because there's no like real unique perk to it, right? It's like you shoot the gun and it
there,
does like extra damage.
but it is really good in PvP.
It is, but
it kind of you know. But yes,
it's
like it
it's
isn't
no
like
anarchy. It's
it is our
no.
it is our favorite weapon. Um, but
Also, like they
yeah,
teased the community by putting a sword on your grave. Like there was a lot of things there that had people hyped that just like took away the hype.
yeah, and then when it became Bastion, and we already knew we were getting back, like so. Hopefully, lesson learned, with that. But like, Season of Dawn is fine. Like there hasn't been like a season like since I've like with Spark of the Vanguard, like I've regret like playing Season of the Worthy was like rough, but like
Yeah,
still had like fun, playing the stuff. But like yeah, I mean like and they're getting better, I think. I mean, other than Season of the Worthy, I felt like obviously it was a main focus on like PvP. So like if we would just eliminate Season of the Worthy and we go like Undying, Dawn to Arrivals and skip Worthy, like each season has gotten much better in terms of like storytelling, sandbox, and just like PvE style.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I would say it's been going up in quality.
yes,
In terms of like activities they have you doing and the story they're telling, like it actually is coming together.
yeah, finally, Jesus.
It only took us a while. Like that whole Worthy, they had the Almighty, and they did nothing with it until like the last day, basically last week.
Yeah, because I mean, like literally, the pyramids were more talk about
Yeah,
than the Almighty, and the pyramids were like kind of like an Easter egg slash
they were just in the background.
funny, like yeah,
Yeah.
like literally everybody hop on every Tuesday, like all right, where's the pyramids?
So I guess
Okay,
that'll wrap up our discussion.
yay!
So let's head into the 12 then. And this week at Bungie, it's all about the DCV, baby.
Woo!
So
You
as
must have read my tweet.
as a quick refresher, Year 4 kicks off on November 10th
I see you, DMG.
with Io, Titan, Mars, and Mercury and Leviathan being vaulted. And the Cosmodrome in Europa is being debuted, or re-debuted for Cosmodrome. I will say this, I really hope we do get a secret second or third destination, but I'm not expecting it, but I am hoping that it's.
Yeah, cause like going through this, I'm kind of like looking at like all the things like that we're losing and we're like gaining. Um, yeah, I'm hoping that there's some secret stuff that they just don't want. They're not going to talk about, obviously, because like you want to keep it a secret.
Because I'm
Now,
pretty
granted,
sure the Dreaming City was a secret. Like we didn't know about it until after.
yeah, we didn't. Because I mean, kind of like we'll backtrack when we go fast forward here real quick. Like just looking at the raids, we have the new raid that's coming out. We have Last Wish and Garden of Salvation. Um, so we're losing Leviathan, Eater, Spire, Scourge, and then Crown. And I sucks. I mean, I will say I would probably give up those 5 raids to be able to get VOG back. But it's still a point of we're losing 5 raids of content, like because it still is fun to kind of just run Leviathan. So
Yeah.
I need to get back into doing some Sherpas with some of these older raids and helping people out there, I guess. Jeez.
If you're doing any
All right.
Sherpas with Spire, let me know because I still need that catalyst.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I need to grind out these catalysts, man.
Yeah. So yeah, let's head into what is being vaulted and what is staying. They clearly list out what is staying with. So regarding core activities, we have strikes. So what is staying is from EDZ, Arms Dealer, Like a Shadows, Nessus, Inverted Spire, Exodus Crash, and Insight Terminus. Tangled Shore has Warden of Nothing, The Hollow Lair, and Broodhold. Dreaming City has The Corrupted. The Moon has Scarlet Keep. Cosmodrome will start off with Will of Crota. And then Europa has one Redacted. So we don't know if there's only going to be one strike on Europa, or if that's just a blanket statement. What is being moved to the
Yeah,
DCV is the Io strikes, Titan strikes, Mars, and Mercury. I will miss seeing Zol and just shooting him with one shot of Golden Gun and then him dying. Even though he's a worm god. But anyways, that's going away. I won't miss any of the Mercury strikes though. Those can go burn in hell.
yeah, not really missing those. We are gonna be getting, dude. This person is straight. Like, dude, my like, I just hear my window shaking.
Is it your roommate just being very loud at Call of Duty?
No, it's somebody literally that just like it's a sound system.
Okay.
Um, but we are getting Devil's Lair, which is a really good strike, and then we're getting Fallen Saber, which is like a fairly decent strike. So that will be in sometime in year 4.
So regarding Gambit and Gambit Prime, so Gambit and Gambit Prime will be merging into a single experience when Year 4 kicks off on November 10th. New version of Gambit will be similar to Gambit Prime as a single round face off with tweaked blockers, heavier moat drain, and some changes to the Primeval fight. We will give more details on these and updates before the revamped mode goes live next season. Unlike strikes and PvE content, Year 4 Gambit playlist map selection is a best of list and is one of those edge cases we mentioned above. We felt it would be important to select Gambit maps in rotation for the best competitive play, regardless of their destination. So what we'll have Emerald Coast, EDZ, Legion's Folly, which is on Nessus, Deep Six, which is on Titan, and New Arcadia, which is on Mars. And moving to the DCV is Cathedral of Scars, which is Dreaming City, and Kelsgrave, which is Tangled Shore. So
I like Scars though.
you like Cathedral of Scars?
Yeah, I don't like Grave.
I'd rather have Grave over Scars, but I'm just saying that these two are the worst maps in Gambit, and so not really missing much. Deep Six is actually pretty good because of the.
Mm-hmm.
I like the rotator belts. You can just kick yourself off to the other side. Yeah, pretty cool. Um, so then Crucible. These are the following maps coming in November 10th. We'll have Bannerfall, Exodus Blue, Rusted Lands, Twilight Gap, Altar of Flame, Anomaly, Burnout, Cauldron, Convergence, Cliffs, Distant Shore, Endless Veil, The Fortress, Fragment, Javelin 4, Midtown Pacifica, Radiant Cliffs, Widow's Court, and Wormhaven. The ones that are going into the DCV are Meltdown, Solitude, Retribution, The Citadel, Emperor's Respite, Equinox, Eternity, Firebase Echo, Gamber's Ruin.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Gambler, not Gambler. I don't know. Legion's Gulch and Vostok.
The one thing they kind of point out here, so maybe this is something they talk about later on, but like, there's no like redacted maps.
Yeah, that's true.
So
They probably just either not having new maps or they just forgot to add them.
yeah.
Can you do something for me and just look up the Reddit post and see if there's any Bungie comments? I will say though that I am kind of sad that Emperor's Respite is going because I actually like that map quite a bit. It's the one that's on the Leviathan.
Oh yeah.
All right, so playlist modes. We are going to be keeping Rumble, Clash, Control, Iron Banner Control, Elimination, Trials of Osiris, Showdown, Survival, Mayhem, Clash. And moving to the DCV is Supremacy, Countdown, Lockdown, Breakthrough, Doubles, Momentum Control, and Scorched. Also, if you go Flawless in Trials of Osiris, you will still go to the Lighthouse on Merc. Raids and Dungeons. We'll be seeing all three dungeons stay. Shattered Throne, Pit of Heresy, and Prophecy. We did hear before that Prophecy is going away but coming back due to some kind of technical bug or something. None of them are going to be in the DCV. So yeah, available raids on November 10th. We have Redacted as listed first this time. And then we have Last Wish and Garden of Salvation. Moving into the DCV is going to be Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, Spyro, Stars, Scourge of the Past, Crown of Sorrows. So you want to grab the raid rewards and triumphs before they enter the vault. This year's A Moment of Triumph currently features the 5 raids being added to the DCV, and the reward lockouts removed to make grinding them extra rewarding. If you're looking to earn your raid ring, Moments of Triumph seal, or just finish collecting the last few of the items for your collection, get the rest of the season to jump in with your friends. We also plan to bring the Vault de Glace out of the DCV into Destiny 2 for the first time at some point during year 4. So completing your collection, exotic quests. As content enters the DCV, there will be some exotic quests that can obviously no longer be completed in their original forms. Those quests will be retired from November 10th, and complete progress will be abandoned. If you want to acquire the exotics via the original quests, do so prior to the end of the Season of Arrivals. So we have Sturm, Meta Multi-Tool, Rat King, Legend of Acrius, Sleeper Simulant, Polaris Lance, Worldline Zero, Ace of Spades, Last Word, The Monarch, Jotun, Izanagi's Burden, Thorn, Lumina, Truth, and Bad Juju. I highly recommend getting Rat King, Acrius, Ace of Spades. That's probably the first on your priority, honestly. Jotun's really fun, and Izanagi's Burden. Thorn is really good too, but you don't see a whole lot of people using it nowadays. What would you say would be your number one to get?
Where are we at? Because I'm on looking at Reddit, some of his things.
The exotic quests for exotics.
Uh, it would either be in terms of like payoff for you in terms of end game, sleeper, or if they would happen to buff Izanagi's.
Really? Yeah, I wouldn't grab sleeper if I didn't have time to get it. I think Ace of Spades
Whisper
is probably the
it's pretty easy though.
yeah. I will say though that Ace of Spades is probably like the number one thing here to get because it's both good for PvP and PvE. So,
But I'm looking. There was actually like a post of him talking about the catalyst.
so speaking of catalysts, available catalysts on November 10th will be Ace of Spades, Black Talon, Borealis, Cerberus +1, Cold Heart, Colony, Crimson, Darcy, Ariana's Vow, Fighting Lion, Fourth Horseman, Graviton Lance, Hardlight, Jade Rabbit, Lord of Wolves, Lumina, Merciless, Mina Multitool, Prometheus Lens, The Prospector, Rat King, Risk Runner, Sturm, Sunshot, Soros Regime, Sweet Business, Symmetry, Tommy's Matchbook, Tractor Cannon, Trinity Ghoul, Vigilant Swing, Wardcliff Coil, and Witherhorde. It's surprising to see that Fourth Horseman is listed there. Considering you need to run the... What the hell was it again?
Legendary Lost Sectors.
Legendary Lost Sectors, yeah.
My guess is what's going to happen with these catalysts.
Let me just go
if...
over the ones that are not... or moving to the DCV, rather. So
Yeah.
the ones that are moving to the DCV are Bad Juju, Huckleberry, which, get that. That's a really good one.
Yeah, it is. Huckleberry's really
Izanagi's
good.
Burden, get that, because that just buffs the gun by like 25%. Legend of Acris, get that, because that gives you a huge mag and ups the reload speed by quite a bit. Polaris Lance, Skyburner's Oath, Sleeper Simulate, Telesto, Outbreak Perfected, Whisper of the Worm, get that, and Warline 0. So go ahead.
My guess is eventually they're going to be either like a quest line or like a random drop.
Yeah, I see that. There is no mention that Whisper, like you won't be able to do the Whisper mission, right?
As of now, no. And there was another thing that people were kind of talking about was they didn't mention anything about
no, they didn't mention it.
Tribute
They
Hall.
didn't mention Whisper mission. Okay, I'll get to
that. Tribute Hall.
Okay. So yeah, let's get to the part where he says, "But you still didn't answer my question. So what goes away when a destination is vaulted? So we have story missions, cinematics, strikes, raids, dungeons, adventures, secret missions, vendors, associated bounties, destination-specific patrols, collectibles and scannables, destination-specific activities, such as forges and escalation protocols, freely roaming destinations themselves and exploring lost sectors. What will new Guardians experience in year one if the year one campaigns are going away? With some of the core year one destinations entering the vault, it's true that the free for all players, Red War, Curse of Osiris, Warmind campaigns will no longer be playable. We are building a new expanded Guardian origin story on the Cosmodrome that will launch alongside year 4 and will be available to all Guardians to play. It is designed to introduce you to the world and mechanics of Destiny and prepare you to play an action MMO game we all enjoy. Forsaken and Shadowkeep story campaigns will still be playable in year 4 for owners of those expansions. What's happening to the Whisper in 0 Hour secret missions and their exotic rewards? Whisper is entering the vault also alongside Ios, and so is 0 Hour, given the old tower was part of the Red War campaign, which is also entering the vault. Their exotic weapon rewards will not be acquirable until we find a new way to introduce them, so if you're keen to get them, make sure you get them now. With the Forsaken campaign, Tangled Shore, Dreaming City sticking around after Beyond Light's launch, does that mean other Year 2 seasonal content will remain playable in Year 4? Answer is no. The year 2 seasonal content, such as Forges, Reckoning, and Menagerie, will be entering this DCV on November 10th. Be sure to experience that content and mark the final items off your collections and checklists before they're vaulted. So here's the cheat sheet of what to complete. They say 801, Black Armory, Season of Forge Quest, Gambit Prime, Reckoning, Season of Drifter Quest, Benedict 66, Werner Verna 9940, Menagerie and Season of Opulence quests, Pinnacle and Pursuit weapon quests. Note that these weapons will receive an alternate acquisition method. More details to come later this season. So there you go. It's a lot. So yeah, grab Whisper. There's no reason you shouldn't have that gun.
Yeah, Whisper and Outbreak, they're both pretty simple.
If you're listening to this, just hit us up and we'll help.
Yep.
Yeah, you should definitely get Whisper. And I would also say you definitely get Outbreak as well, because it's just a solid primary weapon.
It's a fun pulse to run.
Yeah. They did use it to
PvE.
defeat a raid boss in Crown. First clear.
Yeah.
So. Should get that done.
Yeah.
And then after this, they just list a whole bunch of people that have won Fashion Week.
See if anybody I know or anybody I follow.
There's a lot of people listed here. But then after
nobody I follow.
Huh?
I don't think anybody I follow.
Well, that's a shame.
It is.
So we have listed here Prime Gaming. Here are the things that are going to be coming at you next month. Well, wait. Does it say this month or last? Or next? Mental wait, everyone knows you can sign up here by linking your bunch of...
For this month.
Okay, this month. So the Standoff Exotic Emote, the Neon Helix Shell, Vespu Laser, and Abga01X. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of like a weird...
I think I have the Sparrow. And the emote. Probably have the ship. I don't know.
I know I have the emote. I'm pretty sure I have the emote.
I think that wasn't that emote part of the pre-order for Forsaken. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
So regarding Solstice bounties, today's hot fix resolved an issue where weekly bounty repeatable Solstice of Heroes bounties did not grant Bright Dust rewards upon completion. Solstice bounties will now award the following amounts of Bright Dust on completion alongside their other rewards. Weekly bounty 200, repeatable 10. We are currently investigating a solution for players who missed out on Bright Dust rewards for bounty completions prior to the hotfix, and we will be granting Bright Dust to affected players in the near future. I saw people complaining that they should be given Bright Dust even though they didn't do the bounties. I didn't do the work. Give me the reward. Damn it. It's like, no.
I believe it. Unfortunately, I mean, yeah, I don't know on how they're gonna do this because like, there's probably people that could have had like 10,000 Bright Dust, but like, you're probably not gonna like know that they would have to, like, I don't know like on how like they could track that in a way. So like, they're probably just gonna have to like kind of figure out like an average, I guess, and just probably give everybody like that amount. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be interesting to kind of like see on how they like figure this out.
Yeah.
But I'll take it. Or Bright Dust.
I'm missing out on my Bright Dust. I need my Bright Dust.
Yeah, you do. You're
I'm
broke.
a broke, poor little boy.
You are.
So means to an end. They resolved an issue causing the weekly means to an end quest to be deleted off of players, preventing them from collecting their weekly Pinnacle reward. Players who still encounter this issue should report to their help forum. EAZ weekly challenges. Earlier this week, they disabled EAZ weekly challenges due to an issue preventing players from receiving powerful gear upon completion. This issue should now be resolved, and the EAZ weekly challenges re-enabled for all players. Players who continue to encounter issues with challenges should report to our help forum. So other known issues. Armor glows on the Magnificent Solstice armor sets and ornaments are less intense than intended.
Hey, we talked about that.
Yep.
Well, I think before the stream.
I think during the stream.
Okay.
Upgrading the Majestic to the Magnificent Solstice armor set can result in a slight power level reduction. Hunter Solstice vest creates a gap at the waist of the female character model when used with certain leg armor. The Solstice... Oh yeah, let me talk about that whole Hunter thing. So, like, you're basically just a flying torso.
Yeah. I've heard about it. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about
They
it.
just didn't measure the legs properly. Or the vest properly, rather. That's funny. The Solstice glows on male hunters aren't aligned on the right knee. The reward, Solstice Triumph, incorrectly states it unlocks after earning a Majestic Solstice set, when it actually requires the Magnificent set. For a full, and then they have a full list of known issues that you can go check out. Then we have a movie of the week where I see the thumbnail is someone actually made the Micro Mini Sparrow.
Yeah, it looks lit.
It's pretty awesome. And then that's it. I think they said next week we'll have more answers on the DCV. Or no? Anyways, they're going to be talking more about what's coming.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit more content and what other changes to impact next season.
Yeah, very lengthy TWAB,
Jeez.
which was nice.
Yeah, since like the last 4 have been pretty smooth.
Putting you to sleep, that's what they were doing.
No, I'm just hungry. I'm just thinking about food.
Okay, so our question of the week this week is: would you like to see Bungie add a 4th class?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Come on, I was hoping you would say no.
Why? Why would I say no?
I don't know. Because it would just add more
grinding, yes.
grind.
Let my life be taken over more by Destiny. And having to grind out more armor sets and more, I don't know, not weapons, but triumphs, I guess. I don't know. But I would say, yeah, like, hell yeah. Let's have another class to play as and screw around with. Whole different abilities and all that kind of stuff. I'd be down for it.
No more. No abilities. He's going to be an NPC.
He's going to be a civilian from the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you do is you just walk over to the ramen shop and you start serving out ramen.
Your local bar as you watch the most current Crucible match.
Your solar ability is to heat up the ramen.
Yep.
I'd be down for it. Why not?
Be interesting. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool. I don't think we'll ever see this, unfortunately. But
it's just another way to break their game, and they need a way to not have their game break.
I think. I mean, if there would be a potential for this, I think this would be like 2 or 3 expansions down the line. But
yeah, maybe a Destiny 3.
Yeah. Be interesting to see like kind of what they do, because you kind of already have like your support, you have your tank, and then you have, guess, your DPS.
Yeah.
So I don't know what like other role, because I don't really play enough MMOs. If there's like another role,
I mean that's basically just the roles there are. There are some that skirt the line between both. Like a DPS and a healer, but it's mostly just those 3 from what I remember from playing Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
But each Destiny is different though, because each class has their own version of like tanking and healing and DPS.
Yeah.
Especially the hunter. Like they're probably the most versatile class there is
Yeah.
between the three.
It'd be interesting to see. My biggest thing would be like, what jump is this character gonna get?
Well, we have 2 flying boys. We might as well have 2 jumpy boys.
Why not something like in between?
A jumpy flyy boy?
Yeah. You jump and then like you jump again to like activate like your fleet. So you just float away in outer space.
But then you're just a warlock.
But like you would have like a jump, but then you would have like another jump to which then it would activate into like.
How about we take the blink off of the warlock, and we just give it to the 4th character, and that's all he can do is blink.
I hope you never work that way.
Just a class that's all blink, nothing else. They would totally do that. That'd be great. Yeah, that's our question of the week this week is, would you like to see a 4th class added? Honestly, would rather see a 4th like race added, like playing as a Lixney. But that's a whole nother topic. So leave your answer in the comment section wherever you find this, either on charshut.com or YouTube or wherever else you find podcasts. Sully, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at Sully__games.
And you can follow me, your host, Kane, on Twitter as Kane Plays Stuff. Also on Twitch as Kane Plays Stuff and YouTube. I'll be posting more stuff on YouTube in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. You can email me, thomas@charshut.com, if you want to be on one of my shows that I host. There is the Gamescast that airs every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We are taking a break tomorrow, though, because I'm going to surgery, and I'm super scared about it.
Doesn't sound fun.
It's just for dental. Hopefully I'll be okay, but you never know. So, if you don't hear from me, then just assume the worst. Yes, ending the podcast on a very light note. But anyways, just send me your love, and it'll get me through it. But until then, Guardians, eyes down.